Hey everybody, welcome back. This is your host Neo Gentrics, and we're here with Food for Thought, Thoughts If It Were You, a Dark Cancer Productions, back at 3 a.m. here in Houston. How you guys doing? Welcome back to Season 3. Like I said last time, we're going to be talking about different types of drugs or narcotics. They fall into different categories, like I mentioned before, each one of them having their own specific category. And last time, I think I mentioned what one of them was. It was opioids, which are a type of painkiller or such. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about what they are, probably name a few. And then in the next couple of days, we'll talk about a couple of different specific opioids, what their effects are, what they do, and things to be aware of moving forward. After that, we'll go into a couple of the other categories as well, including hallucinogens and so on, because I feel like these are rather important right now, and these are topics people should be talking about or discussing, but for whatever reason, they're ignoring. So if this is still for you and you want to keep listening, by all means, stick tuned. Otherwise, check out my other episodes for self-help related topics, things that you should know but probably didn't know, things that you do know but didn't know how to affect them properly, and other things of the like. Like I said, there's more to come and a lot to come this year, so hopefully you all will be willing to stick with me as we progress through this journey together. Next up, what is an opioid? Alright. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. And we're going to go ahead and start off with the question of what is an opioid, because I know there are people out there who don't have any idea what this is. Alright, so, to get started, what is an opioid? An opioid is a class of drugs that are used to relieve pain. But, like any other drug, in many different fashions and ways and possibilities, it's also, or rather, it has a high potential for being very addictive and easy to overdose on. I mean, it's easy to argue that any drug is easy to overdose on, but you'd be surprised. There are some out there that are designed in a way where it's not as easy to OD as you would think, and you would need to consume quite a bit of certain things to OD. But anyway, opioids in general, they are derived from the opium poppy plant and include natural substances such as morphine, codeine, and thivane, as well as some cover today, because next time we're going to be talking about one of the more common organic opioids. I think we'll talk about one or two of them. And then the next episode, we'll talk about some of the synthetic ones, like fentanyl. But first, before we get into that, like I said, one of the things I wanted to cover was synthetic versus organic. And I already told you what a synthetic opioid is, and a natural one is pretty obvious what it is, based off of the description I've given earlier. So, but just for the sake of clarity and sanity, let me go ahead and mention right now that there is a major difference between synthetic and organic. Okay, first off, synthetic opioids are man-made drugs. At any rate, it's important to know the signs of overdose, which include shallow breathing, blue lips or nails, which, is obvious, unresponsiveness, because some people just become unresponsive altogether. I've seen people who were driving and then all of a sudden just stop moving. They're sitting in their car, staring out the window, but they're not all there. You walk up to the window, knock on the window, and they just kind of look at you and keep looking forward. They're gone. They're completely unresponsive. They're either under the influence of some type of drug, or they have a mental problem or some other health issue. In which case, I would recommend not messing with the person in the vehicle in the scenario I gave, and just call the police or 911. Like I said, if you suspect anyone is experiencing an overdose, call 911 immediately and administer naloxone if you have it. Most people don't have this, so don't worry about it. It's not a big issue. It's best to just keep the person focused on you. Don't make them lose their mind. Don't say anything to trigger them. If they're not responding to anything and they're not doing anything, just keep an eye on them so that when the people who can do something get there, they can do what they need to do. Okay? Overall, synthetic and organic opioids are both powerful drugs. And, they can have serious consequences if misused. And it's important to be aware of the risks and to take steps to protect yourself and your loved ones. Keep that in mind. Alright, everybody, that's all I have for us today. Today's episode was about opioids, the general synopsis, an idea of what they are, and then that they are highly addictive and dangerous, but the more so the fact that there are both synthetic and natural or organic ones. And that the synthetic ones are not just dangerous, if not more dangerous than the organic ones, but they're more readily available and cheaper, easier to get than the natural ones, making them just as, if not more, potent and effectively dangerous than anything else. Like I said before, if you ever catch anybody or see someone or suspect anybody of taking these drugs or being addicted to them or abusing them in any way, please seek help from a nearby healthcare professional or call 911 and let them handle it. Don't get involved if you can help it, unless, in a way, there's someone that you know. But more importantly, you need to protect yourself. The last thing you need to do is be trying to help them yourself or trying to do something yourself, and you end up getting yourself addicted to the same drug by accident. And I say this because you're like, oh, I didn't ingest it, I didn't take it. But like I said before, some of these affect a person by simply just touching them. But we'll get more into that in the future. Stick around to next time, because on the next episode, we'll be talking about two well-known organic opioids, morphine and oxycodone, and then the follow-up episode we'll move into synthetic opioids like the infamous fentanyl. So more to hear, more to go. If you're loving what you hear, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below if you think I missed something or you have a topic suggestion that you would like for me to hit. Until next time, guys.